Gunnery Sergeant Chuck Rotenberry served as an active-duty Marine for 13 years. In March 2011, Chuck was injured in Afghanistan by an IED explosion, which left him unconscious with serious external and traumatic brain injuries. This is the Rotenberry family's courageous story of overcoming these injuries so they could experience the richness of America's freedom.
Chuck deployed. Shortly after that deployment in March 2011, I get a call. I knew when we were 17 and 18 that I was going to marry him. And in college, I used to ask him, let's just go get married. And he was the mature one. No, we're not going to go do that. I said, no, let's just go get married. We don't need to finish college. We don't need to do this. And I would find these little tiny pieces of paper in the windshield wiper of my car. And they were just these little tiny notes. They say, you know, thinking of you today. He was promoting early, so motivated to be a great husband, to be a great Marine, to be a great father. When we decided to get married, I knew what I was taking on. But when you see the phone call come through Marine Corps headquarters, you start to panic a little bit. I knew it was okay because it was a call and it wasn't a doorbell ring. The gentleman on the phone informed me that Chuck had been injured. I was worried and I knew the kids were worried. He never told me about his injury until I got the call from headquarters. He went back out and continued serving for the next 3 months with his Marines. But he did start to see some symptoms from the blast that was very close to him.
After the blast and all my physical wounds healed, I no longer felt there was anything wrong with me. It wasn't until 4 months later, at the platoon homecoming, I got to greet my wife and my children, my family and my friends.
Homecoming's one of the greatest moments in your life. The families get so excited. We're just waiting for their arrival home. And you wait by the phone every day, waiting for them to just get the call saying your husbands are coming in, your loved ones are coming home. Just to have him home, just to have him walk in the door and to hear the kids go running and so excited to say, Daddy's home.
I wanted to be with my baby, but I didn't want to be with anybody at the same time. Up until then, I'd been dealing with debilitating migraines, chronic pain and fatigue. I found myself withdrawn, irritated at the smallest things. It affected my family and my ability to even lead Marines.
I would have to tell the kids, you know, Daddy's been injured. You know, we don't know everything that's happened, and we're still trying to understand, but he's got headaches, he's tired, he just needs to be left alone. I went from military wife and spouse, mother, to now a caregiver. Part of me wasn't sure what was happening.
Every day I just laughed off the symptoms to my friends and to my family. If I made a wrong turn, I just said, I just want to see what's over here anyway. I played off a lot of things.
I tried talking to friends and family. I tried looking for that support to say, something's wrong with my husband. Why doesn't Daddy want to play? Why can't he tickle torture us like he used to? So you start to doubt, just maybe he doesn't want to be there.
I have physical reactions I couldn't control to noises. Sleep was disturbed, night sweats. I just sat awake at night, staring and doing nothing. I had disparaging thoughts. I had memory loss. It took me hours to do things that used to take me minutes.
And I doubted if he just wanted a break from the family, if he was just sleeping all day to avoid the responsibilities and the help that I needed.
In November, I was diagnosed with a TBI. This was the first time anybody told me I had a brain injury.
You know, we just kind of accepted this was life, and it became the new normal. 10, 15 pills a day, counseling, whatever programs we could find for ourselves to get involved with. Finally, in March 2013, my husband had a breakdown. He expressed to me that he had wished he had been an amputee so that others could see this was a real pain. This was a real injury. I know God had us in front of the television one afternoon in the middle of the day to see a news program that was talking about new PTSD and TBI treatments. Dr. Harch was the feature, and he was presenting how these treatments are extremely beneficial for our military members suffering with these invisible wounds. I called Dr. Harch's office immediately, and I said, I don't know if you can help me, but we're kind of at our end, and we can't do this anymore.
It was my wife who could see it all happening. I needed my family back, and they needed me.
They reassured me that Chuck was the perfect candidate for these treatments, that he would truly benefit. It was almost like this weight has been lifted off of our house. And it's not even like our shoulders, it was on our whole house, it was on our home.
I completed 40 treatments, but after the very first one, I no longer had migraines. I haven't had one since.
Laughter has filled the house. The children were laughing. He wanted to interact with the kids. He wanted to roll on the floor with them and wrestle.
Dr. Paul Harch and oxygen therapy brought me back home. They brought me back to my family.
It took HBOT to really bring that life back in him. He now wants to be a part of these swim meets again. He now wants to go to T-ball lessons, and he wanted to be here. He wanted to play with them. You know, he has this routine every night. He gets on the floor, he stretches out, and the kids just gravitate to him, and they jump on him, and they try to tickle him. And it was those moments that I just knew everything would be okay.